Right, welcome back. Now, what we're going to do now is to detail up some of the parts that we painted earlier, and then we're going to prepare them for a wash. So we've got loads of different pots of paint in here down out the way, ready to go. So bear with me. The first thing we'll do, we'll get the semi-gloss black on. I am following a guide here, so bear with me. There isn't much to actually pick out, to be honest. This one, right, so we'll get the little bit of black on there first. Now, checking the old bits and pieces. So first thing we'll do is to pick it out. Paint's not quite thin enough, just thinner a little bit, just so that she'll flow around. Okay, let's try again. Here we go. Right, so we're just going to pick up the area using the paint. Come round. Use a bit of a smaller brush. Should help. Yeah, straight in. Brilliant. Right. So we're going to pick out just down there and pick out the details. Get in between. Just pick her out. That's it. Believe it or not, that's all there is in black. Put that one to one side. Give the brush a quick wipe. Lovely jubbly, as I usually say. For some reason, I don't know why I've started doing that again. We're then going to come in with some gold. This is platinum gold. I prefer this than actual gold, it just looks a little bit better. I'm just going to pick out, I'd say, these bits in here. Better breathe or Fred will be getting on to me. All we're doing, like I say, just picking the little bits out. So those few bits. Again, there's not much here for the gold. So that one's down. In the brush. I'll come in. I happen to miss a little bit there. Like so. Good job. Right, what colour we want now? Got a little bit more, sorry about the quietness, but this is not the easiest thing to do. And talk at the same time. the moment this is the only thing I don't use our cloud for, but hopefully in the very near future I'll have everything in brushable. Right, so let's put some aluminium in there. All that's set is aluminium. Now, don't worry about if you go over the edge. I'll show you a little trick at the end of this on how to get your edges nice and sharp. Now these are acrylics, so they will dry pretty quick with a bit of luck, and then we can get in and just fill in where we need to. And we ain't got, I think that is, yeah, that is as well. Right, so that's the first part done. Now we've got the let's just check that. Oh yes, that colour. Right, one more colour to go on there. Just want to get a little bit out. Get the colour ready. And then we can, because of the size of this, I can use a little bit bigger brush. I'll paint her on. This is a little bit thinner paint, so all we're doing is just dragging around. This paint is acrylic, but it does lay a lot better. All we're doing is covering it all, being careful not to get the paint all mixed in. And then, like I said, we'll dry brush this later and it'll blend it all together a bit better. If I had my way, I would actually airbrush all this. So I'm only doing the inside of there because I want to. Right, so that's that bit. Now what we're going to do, clean that brush up. We're going to get the chromate yellow. Got a little bit of that colour on there, the wrong. So just mixed in. Right, so we'll get the chromate. Most of it is dry now. And the chromate will go round. That should just touch, let it flow into all these gaps. That just seals the edges up. Just to finish that piece off. Right, so that was fairly easy. So that can go to one side for a moment. We'll bring in the cradle. Now, dry brushing and a wash is going to finish this off. So what we're going to do, I'm going to just use some white and paint those buttons up, because that's the only different colour in that section. And the wash will do the rest. Right, same on this side. There you go, that's it. That's all you need to do, just detail it. Right, so we're back on to the engine housing. What we're going to do now is a bit of dry brushing. Bring it all up. What I've done, I've sprayed aluminium into the rear section, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a dry brush. So I've just got some paint left over from detailing up the section before. Now with metal, I'm doing it like a, how can I put it, a silver aluminium-y type colour, just to bring these pieces up. So what I'm doing, just be careful when you use metal for dry brushing, or any type of metal, because it'll go a long way. Now I don't know if you can see well there, but I think all the detail is now starting to show, and that's ready for a wash. A little bit of dry brushing out on the cradle, just to give it a bit of interest and ping the detail out a little bit, as they say. Just using an old flat brush. That's nice. That's again, that's ready for a wash. Right, what I'm going to do now is make up a little acrylic wash. Only a very thin one. To go across these two pieces. What we've done, we dry brushed them earlier. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to wash, give it a good old wash. So all I've got is a little bit artist acrylic paint. And all we've got to do is make up like a sludge wash almost. It's a bit dark. Right. Still very, very black. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tip just a little of this away. So what I'm going to do here now, we've dry brushed everything, painted it, detailed it, give it a coat of ALC 600 aqua gloss, and now we're ready to, give it this wash. So what we've done, we've just created a little bit of a dirty wash just to go right over everywhere to bring out the details. It's not too heavy. When it dries, it will match in nicely. All we're doing is painting it all over. All over the yellow paint. Don't worry about getting too much on it. We can come along with a cotton wool bud, soon clean it off. All we're doing is just making sure the whole of the area is covered. That's it. If we do decide we've got a little bit too much on, it's not sticking very well, which is good because that's what the old clad aqua gloss is supposed to do. Same at the top here. Good brush over. So this is just to dull it down a bit, otherwise it's going to look too bright. And that brings out the detail in there, as you can see. When that dries back in a few minutes, we'll have another look and you'll be able to see that it just looks dusty and a bit grimy, which is what you're looking for. Right, now the same goes for the cradle itself. And you can see the aqua gloss repelling the water. We're just making sure it's in every bit we want it to be. It's going to be dark down the centre of the aircraft when it's finished, so you probably won't see a great deal of this, but at least we know we've done it. Okay, cotton wool bud. What this wash also does, really brings out the detail. I said there are some sink marks in this, but they're not going to be seen, not unless you're going to climb in the back of the F-16 and have a good look round through the hole. So what we're doing is just making sure that the wash has got everywhere. Like I say, the wash brings the detail up. And just makes things ping out a little bit more, and from a distance, hopefully, looking down the back of the engine, from the engine area, you'll be able to see all this through it. The reason we don't want, obviously that won't be too dirty in real life, so we don't want it too dirty. So there you go, that's that bit. I don't have to worry about pick that up on camera. There you are, that look pretty good. And then I guess give this bit a bit of a wash just to bring up the detail. We did the paint detail earlier. And what this will do is will enhance the paint work we did with a bit of luck. So put that over there. So will you be able to see that? That's come up nice. Right, now this wash that we've got there we'll keep for a little bit later, because we've got a wash to do in all the white engine, the white undercarriage bays and everything. Now you can see this one's getting to the dried bit, drier looking part, and she's looking really nice, so I'm well pleased with that. There you go,